As a man, one of the worst feelings in the world is when you see that girl you want to go talk to, but then you just don't have the confidence to go and do it. Or every time you go on a date, you're so in your head, you're so worried about getting rejected, about things not going well, that they don't go well. And then because of all these bad experiences, you start to build up a huge fear of rejection. This is something I've had to overcome in my own life, so I'm going to give you a story on how I did it and how you can do it as well. So one of the first times I ever approached a girl was back when I was in high school. I believe it was either my freshman or sophomore year, and I was at the school dance. I was hanging out with some of my friends, and I saw this one girl, and I was like, oh, I want to go talk to that girl. Then my friends were like, okay, go do it then. So because I felt like I had to, impress my friends, or I had that kind of like peer pressure, I ended up doing it. And it went horrible. It went extremely bad. I got rejected. The whole time I was just kind of stuttering, not really knowing what to say. And I was super embarrassed because all my friends were like watching too. And then they all like roasted me and made fun of me for the rest of the night. But even though this was a bad experience, it was an experience that helped me with overcoming my fear of rejection. So I'm gonna give you a few key lessons I learned from it and how you can implement them to improve your dating life. But before we do, my name is Frank. I help young men through self-improvement that clearly interests you. So do us both a favor and click the like and subscribe button. So the first key lesson and takeaway I had from this experience is that regret is worse than rejection. Chances are there's been a time where you saw a girl that you wanted to go talk to and you really wanted to go do it, but then you just didn't have the courage to do it. And then later that night you went home, or later that day you were thinking about it like, oh, I should have gone and talked to that girl. That was a huge opportunity missed. Well, I learned through this bad rejection, through this experience, that getting rejected actually isn't as bad as regret. Because when you get rejected, it's like, you know what? At least I tried. At least I actually put myself out there. But when you don't even go and talk to her, the feeling of regret of, oh, what if she would have liked me? What if things would have worked out? That is so much worse because there's so much unknown with that. And now you're like, oh, well, what if getting rejected hurts my feelings? Bro, get over yourself, grow up, be a man. Do not let your emotions control your actions. Now, I just want to say it's okay to feel a certain type of way. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to feel a certain type of way. But you cannot always let your emotions control your actions. Are you always going to feel like going and talking to that girl? No. Are you always gonna feel like getting your homework done? No. Are you always gonna feel like going to the gym and getting in that hard workout even though you know you need to do it? No, you're not always going to feel like it. But instead of following your feelings and doing what you want to do, follow logic, do what you know you need to do. Because the guy who uses logic to make his decisions, who always makes the right decision independent of his emotions, will always beat out the guy who just follows his emotions and does what he feels like doing. The second takeaway I had from this experience is that approaching women and dating is a skill. Imagine if you showed up to a baseball field for the first time ever and you got one pitch thrown at you and then you missed it because you weren't good, and then you said, oh, I'm never playing baseball again because I suck. Well, that would be extremely freaking stupid because you've never played baseball before. You've never practiced it. So of course you're not going to be good right away. It takes time. It takes practice. And guess what, bro? Dating is the same exact thing. Talking to girls is the same exact thing. You're probably not going to be very confident. It's probably not going to go very well the first time you go and approach a girl. Now, for some people, it might go well, and I really hope it does. But you have to be okay with failing. You have to be okay with it not working out. And when you give yourself the grace of being, I'm okay with it if it doesn't go well, I'm okay if I fail, it'll allow you to be so much more confident and have such more of an abundance mindset because you're not worried about failure. You're not worried about being perfect. You're just worried about being your best self and improving. For example, think about the best athletes of all time, like Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Michael Jordan. All these guys, have they lost some games? Have they had some bad games? Yeah, of course they have. But being able to handle your losses and learn from them is so important. Every one of the best athletes of all time talks about how, yeah, you're gonna lose, you're gonna fail, you're gonna go through rejections, but you have to know that with those failures, with those losses, you can improve. You can use them as learning experiences and getting better. Because would Michael Jordan have become the greatest basketball player of all time if he never practiced? No, of course he wouldn't have. So you can't say, oh, I'm not good at talking to girls, so I'm just never going to try. Don't have that mindset. Have an abundance mindset. Always focus on improving and learn from your experiences. So anyways, if you're struggling with always getting rejected, keep putting yourself out there, because getting rejected will never hurt as bad as the feeling of regret or not even trying. And also know that you have to go through rejections to actually find the right girl for you. Also, if you're struggling with your dating life, more important than anything, focus on yourself and your own development. Focus on becoming that best version of yourself, that strongest version of yourself, where you're being productive, you're being confident, you're in the gym, you're eating healthy, you're doing all the right habits. Because dating and attraction is all about becoming the person you want to be with. If you want to find a girlfriend, if you want to get an abundance of attraction from women, it all actually starts from just becoming that person yourself, from becoming the best version of yourself. Because you attract the type of person that you are. So anyways, bro, if you found this video helped you, be sure to click the like and subscribe button, and also turn on the post notifications so you can see more videos like these. Keep putting yourself out there and don't let fear control your life. I'll see you for the next video, bro.